What's up, everyone? Ty Documented here, bringing you guys an exciting look into the new and upcoming game Marvel Rivals. Now, I was lucky enough to have been chosen for the closed alpha for this, to which I'm very grateful for, and thank you guys for allowing me to test out your game. Today, I want to give you a quick rundown of the characters that you can play as in this alpha. A brief look at what class they are, and then I'm going to show you some gameplay before giving you guys my thoughts on the game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a fun one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out this channel for future content. But without further ado, let's have a look at these classes. Right guys, so here we are. So we're on the hero screen. Here you can see a bunch of heroes that you may or may not know. Most of them are, commonly found on the films and people know of them. There are a few, one or two that you may not. So we'll just have a look through here. So first off, we've got Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner is known as a Vanguard. So these are like the heavy hitters. These are the tanks. These are the ones that you're going to want to send in, deal all the damage up close and personal. When we click on the characters, as you can see, it says Vanguard here. Gives you a brief little description about them. You can choose like from the cosmetics. So for instance, you can have like the Gladiator Hulk. And then here you've got all his abilities. So if we run down, so we've got Heavy Blow, which is like your common melee attack. Got Hulk Smash. Now Hulk Smash, this is his ult. So once he's got his ultimate power built up, you can do this. He will grab them and start whipping them about like he does to Loki in the first Avengers film. Then left shift, you got Indestructible Guard. This means that Hulk is going to give you allies some shields. Radioactive Lockdown. So this freezes your opponents briefly, which is very annoying if you're against the Hulk. Incredible Leap. So as it sounds, he just jumps. Very good way to get across the map. Gamma Bursts. Emit gamma rays. There you go for a burst damage. Right, so we've got his passive ability. So that is Gamma Boost. Now, Hulk charges Doctor Strange and Iron Man with gamma radiation. When Doctor Strange uses Maelstrom of Madness, he unleashes excess gamma energy. When Iron Man uses Armor Overdrive, he will initiate a gamma upgrade. So here you can also click Suggested Combo. So it will give you a suggestion of what you should do. What's the most efficient ways you can kind of combine all his powers and get the best out of him. Here we go. There we go. There is a preview of his ult. So then we go to Punisher. Now, Punisher, he's very fun. He is the duelist. Like I say, got a bit of lore there. You can check out his costumes and abilities. So, as you can imagine, Punisher is going to be using guns. So his main thing is he does have an assault rifle. However, you can change into a shotgun for all those close combat encounters. His ult, Final Judgment, he gets 2 Gatling guns and missiles, as you will see here, and you deal a hell of a lot of damage. Very good. Vantage Connection, so you get to zip line across the map, very good for getting around places. He has a culling turret, so he brings up a sentry turret, and you can shoot to your heart's content. Scourge Grenade just fires a smoke grenade just so people, like you obscure the vision. Warrior's Gaze. So this is his passive ability, and it retains the vision of enemies that disappear from view for a short duration of time, which is great. So if you need to quickly jump back into cover, you can see where they are, which is all good. Now his passive thing is Infinite Punishment. Now, so if Rocket throws down an ammo overload device, upon entering this device's range, the Punisher receives buffs of infinite ammo and faster firing. This is lethal. I've used it. I've been against people that use it. It is lethal. And then, yet again, a suggested combo will just show you the best ways to utilize his powers. Then we've got Storm. Storm is also going to be one of your heavy hitters on the team. she's got some really cool abilities. So you've got Windblade, which is her attack. A Mega Hurricane, which is her ult. She'll make a huge hurricane, and you charge straight through the enemies with it, dealing a hell of a lot of damage. Weather control. Switch to weather to improve allies' movement boosts or damage boosts, depending on whether you use a tornado or the thunder one, which is great. Then we've got Goddess boost. This is channeling the power of the weather to empower storm. Tornado grants movement boost. Thunder grants damage boost. So exactly the same as weather control, but this one is for you as opposed to your allies. And then you've got Bolt Rush. Now, Bolt Rush will unleash a lightning bolt towards your enemy. And yet again, so we've got a suggested combo.
Faster, my friends.
Right, now we get onto Loki. Now, Loki is what is known in this game as a strategist. So these are your healers. They are there for support. Okay. So you've got his main attack, so his mystical missile. Now this will damage enemies, but if you shoot your own players, it will give them health, which is great. I tend to like to just stand back with Loki, fire into the fight. If I'm healing people, I'm healing people. If not, then I am doing damage, which is great. His ult, which is the God of Mischief, you will shapeshift into an ally or an enemy hero. It will come up saying, who do you want to change into? You'll see it come up on the screen. Choose the one you want to do, and then you can use the ult of that character, which is great. Then you've got Regeneration Domain. So this, as you can imagine, this is just a healing thing. So you put it down, it will heal your allies. Doppelganger. Now this is fun with Loki. So you can make doppelgangers of yourself, make illusions of yourself, which will also cast the abilities of Loki. So if you are shooting, the others will shoot in the same direction, which is great for extra damage on those opponents or extra healing. Then you've got Devious Exchange. So if you've got an illusion up, you can switch to one of those illusions. So you change places with it. Backstab. So you can pull out a dagger and you can stab people at close combat. And then you've got Deception. So you can come out of your body, you can go somewhere else, and you can, like you just saw there, you can conjure illusions, you can do whatever, but it gets you out of those sticky situations. Now his passive ability, when Hela lands the final hit in defeating an enemy, she instantly resurrects Loki in respawn phase. If Loki is alive, a Nostron Crow will fly to him, granting him blue armor. And then yet again, we have the suggested combo for Loki. There we go. Okay, so moving on to Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange is another Vanguard hero. So another one of your like damage absorbers, if you will. They're going to go in, they're going to do all the stuff. So first off, you got his main, his main primary attack. His ult is Eye of Agamotto, which will basically render the opponents unable to move for a few seconds. Then you've got Cloak of Levitation. As you can imagine, this allows you to fly. Maelstrom of Madness releases dark magic to deal damage to enemy nearby. As you can see, it's kind of like a little rapid fire. You've got Pentagram of Balara. I've probably said that wrong. I'm ever so sorry. But this opens a portal. So you can set the portal, you can put it to one place, and you get a shortcut to wherever you're going, which is great for if you need to get somewhere quick and you need to get your allies there as well. Then you've got his shield. So his shield, as you can imagine, pops up, will take the damage from any oncoming attacks. And then his passive is Price of Magic. Dark magic accumulates with every hit on the enemy. If dark magic is not released, Doctor Strange will enter a state of anti-heal. And then, as we have with the Hulk, it's just the same, where he's got the team-up ability as well with the Hulk and Iron Man. We've got Mantis. Now, Mantis is another one of your healing ones, your support ones, known as the Strategists. As we can see here, she's got Life Energy Blast, Soul Resurgence, So release energy around her, providing healing over time and movement boost for surrounding people. You got the Spore Slumber, throw a spore to sedate the nearest enemy. Allied Inspiration, consume life orbs to grant allies damage boosts. Natural Anger, so consume life orbs to grant herself a damage boost. Healing Flower, you consume another one of your life orbs that grants healing over time. Passive is Nature's Favour, receive a movement boost when not injured and healing over time when consuming life orbs. And then obviously, yeah, again, you've got her suggested combo here. Then we go on to Rocket Raccoon. So Rocket Raccoon, I've got him in a different skin because I love the skin. I think it's great. He is another one of your strategists. So for Rocket Raccoon, his normal attacks are Bombard Mode, which is going to use his little Gatling gun. And then you've got Repair Mode. Now this will shoot little orbs that will heal your allies. You've got the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, which will grant a damage boost to all that it connects to on the field. You got Jetpack Dash to allow you to get around quickly. And then we've got the Battle Rebirth Beacon. Now you deploy this, and if a ally falls, it has a chance to revive them. And it also produces armor packs and rocket jetpacks. Wall Crawl, so rocket can run up the walls, so if you hold down the button for that, which is space on the keyboard, or A on a controller, or whatever you're using, you can run up the walls. Flying Ace, hold the button to fall slowly, just use your jetpack. Now, team ups. So he's actually got two. So he's got Old Friends, so he can ride on Groot's shoulders, receiving damage reduction. But he can also do the ammo invention with the Punisher, which, as we saw before, just allows unlimited ammo for the Punisher. Right, so next we got Hela. Now, Hela is another one of the duelists. Her main attack, she throws out the Night Sword Fawn, which you can use to obviously hit your enemies with. The ult is the Goddess of Death. She'll go into the sky and she unleashes crows that will do damage to the enemies. Very good ability. Astral Flock. This allows Hela to turn into a crow and allows you to glide forward and then come back. So it's basically a teleport to wherever you need to go. Then you've got Soul Drainer, projecting explosive Hell Sphere to stun nearby enemies. Piercing Knight, you make 5 little swords and they go flying at the opponent. Crowstorm, defeating an enemy will generate a crow exploding after duration, which is a passive ability there. Passive ability of Hell Descent, she will fall slowly too. And Queen of Hell is a passive ability that works with Loki. As we saw before, it will grant him blue armor or instantly resurrect Loki. And then we've got Black Panther, very quick character. So he is another duelist. His main attack is Vibranium Claws. And then his ultimate is Bast Descent. Summons Bast, pouncing forward, dealing damage and attaching a Vibranium mark to wherever it hits. Spirit Rend, lunge forward and deal damage to enemies. Hitting an enemy afflicted with a Vibranium mark produces bonus health and refreshes the ability. Then you've got Spinning Kick, spiral forward and attach a Vibranium mark to enemy hits. Subtle Step, wall running basically, but similar to like what Rocket had earlier. You've got Spear Toss, so as it sounds, you just throw a spear. And it also creates a Vibranium Force Field attaching the Vibranium mark. His passive ability is Panther's Cunning, and it deals higher damage when at low health. And it works well with Magik. Black Panther can use the portals that Magik uses. Okay, I'm not going to attempt to say that because I will murder it. Okay, then we've got Groot. So Groot, as you can imagine, is another Vanguard here. Very annoying character, I have to say. I like Groot, but when you're against him, annoying. Right, so his main attack is Vine Strike. His ultimate is Strangling Prison. Now this fires a massive vine cluster that pulls enemies closer to the center and imprisons them. Thornlash Wall. Now this is where it gets annoying. So Groot can target a location and make a wall. Now, can be very annoying because they can stop you from going anywhere and then you're stuck, you can't get out. Okay, so then you've got Ironwood Wall. Now target a location and grow an Ironwood Wall. When awakened, it grants bonus health to Groot when nearby enemies take damage. Then you've got Spore Bomb. Throw an explosive Spore Bomb that splits into multiple small excessive spores. Passive is a Flora Colossus. Wooden walls near Groot will awaken, activating an extra effect. And then his passive, like we say, is the one with Rocket, where Rocket gets on his shoulders. Right, Magik. Okay. So, Magik is a duelist. So Magik is one of the new ones on this. A few people may not know her. So, her main thing is using her soul sword. So she's a very much a close combat sort of character. When you use her ult, she transforms into Darkchild, gaining enhancements to all her abilities. Then you've got stepping discs, jump through a stepping disc, teleporting a short distance. Now this is what Black Panther can use with her. Umbral Incursion, dash forward and launch an enemy upward. Eldritch Whirl, spin while swinging the soul sword after exiting a stepping disc. Magic Slash, strike forward an air slash. Demon Rage, summon a limbo demon that attacks enemies after exiting a disc, as shown there. And then Limbo's Might is her passive, convert damage inflicted to enemies into bonus health for herself. And again, like we just mentioned, there is the Discmaster team up ability. Right, then we got Lunar Snow. So, Lunar Snow is another strategist. So she's going to help out, like we say. So, her normal attacks are light and dark ice. You fire ice projectiles to the enemies and it either heals your allies or damages the enemies. Now, her ult is the Fate of Both Worlds. Take center stage and start dancing. Toggle between two performances, heal allies or grant them a damage boost, which can be very helpful. Then you've got Ice Arts. Fire ice shards for a short duration, damaging enemies or healing allies while restoring your own health. Then share the stage. Attach Idle Aura to an ally. Allies with the Idle Aura also receive health when Lunar Snow is healing others. Absolute Zero. Cast a clump of ice to freeze an enemy and restore health. Then passives, you've got Cryo Heart, so automatically restore health when casting Ice Arts or Absolute Zero. And Smooth Skate, keep moving forward to start ice skating. So basically she just moves quicker. And then passive, so you've got Icy Disco. So Lunar Snow infuses ice energy into Namor, who can then tap into ice energy to power up its abilities at will, sorry. So, yeah, again, another good one to team up for you. Right, here we go. So a lot of people's favourite. Let's get on to Iron Man. So, Iron Man is a duelist. He's got two main attacks, being his Repulsor Blasts, as you can imagine, and also he's got his Unibeam. Now, his ultimate is Invincible Pulse Cannon. So basically you charge a huge shot, shoot it at the floor. As you can see, big area of damage. You can use Hypervelocity, but basically allows you to fly straight forward. Whilst you're flying, you can let out missiles, and you can also halt. Armor Overdrive, so basically all the nanobots turn into basically what he's got in Avengers Endgame, enhancing the damage of the Repulsor Blast and the Unibeam. Again, it also allows you to fire rockets. Micro Missile Barrage, I can't say that, I'm very sorry. When Hypervelocity or Armor Drive is used, Iron Man can launch the missiles, as I've just mentioned. And then the team-up ability is the same with the Hulk and Doctor Strange. Spider-Man. Okay, so your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is also a duelist. Okay, so his abilities, as you can see, he's got Spider Power. Basically, he's just going to punch them. But he will deal extra damage to an enemy with a Spider Tracer. His ult is Spectacular Spin, which will launch web clusters all around to damage and stun enemies. He can web swing to get around places quicker. you've got get over here, so you'll grab an enemy and you'll bring yourself to him. If the enemy is tagged with a spider tracer, Spider-Man will get pulled to them instead. So either you'll bring them to you, if they've got a spider tracer on them, you'll bring them to you. Now, amazing combo. Launch an enemy forward, dealing extra damage to the enemy with a spider tracer. Whip and flip, perform a double jump. And then you've got web cluster. Shoot a web cluster that deals damage and attaches a spider tracer to the enemy. Passive, so you've got spider sense, give a warning of enemies that have been around. So if they've still been there for a while, you'll know they're there. And also he can walk through, as you can all imagine. It wouldn't be Spider-Man without him doing a bit of his Spider-Man shenanigans. Then last few characters, so you've got Magneto. Magneto is another Vanguard. So another one of your bulky hitters. His abilities, he has Iron Volley, so he just throws a few magnetic orbs at them, dealing damage. His ult is Meteor M, so he makes a huge meteor, a bit like Spirit Bomb from Dragon Ball Z, and then launches it down for some splash damage. Metallic Curtain, so he makes a metallic curtain which acts as a shield, protecting you from flying projectiles. Metal Bulwark, so conjure a metal shield around a chosen ally. Damage taken will transform into rings on Magneto's back. Mag Cannon, so this basically just fires a bigger lot of the metal balls that you had before. Higher stacks of rings increase damage, and full stacks knock enemies back. Passive is Magnetic Distortion, which will allow him to fall slowly. And team-up abilities, when teamed up with Scarlet Witch, you can infuse Chaos Energy into Magneto to enchant his Great Sword. Upon receiving the Chaos Energy, Magneto will unleash its full force, striking down enemies with the enchanted Great Sword. Then we go on to, as we just mentioned, so we've got Scarlet Witch. Now, Scarlet Witch is another duelist. So Scarlet Witch's abilities. So you've got Chaos Control. So Chaos Control, you hold down the button and you will drain the enemies of health and restore Chaos Energy. Ultimate is Reality Eraser. This is a huge ability. As you see here, you get all the Chaos Energy and you just explode, you disintegrate your enemies. Very good if they're all in one place. If there's a big fight going on, fly in and do that. If you can get this off, you're going to knock them out. I've had so many times that I've heard her make that call, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. Right, Mystic Projection. Enter a projection state of free flight, and then press again to exit early. So yet again, a bit like Loki, allows you to get out of the situation quickly. But Dark Seal, so land a hit on a target, or the scene, or press again to generate a force field that periodically stuns enemies within a range. This can be very annoying if you run into it because you kind of stutter. But also good for you if you're the one who cast it. Telekinesis, so you can hold your jump button and you will fall slowly. And then you got another attack of hers, which is the Chthonian Blast. Now consume Chaos Energy to fire explosive magic missiles damaging enemies. So just a bit more of a heavy hitter than the Chaos Control. And yet again, as you saw before, so her team abilities are with Magneto, and it grants his sword extra power. And then we've got another one of our vanguards here, so we have got Peni Parker. So Peni Parker is good fun. She's got some cyber web clusters as her main attack, so it's like a cannon. Her ult is Spider Sweeper. As you'll see, she deploys the arachno legs, and she goes around. She can deploy arachno mines and also spider drones and cyber webs at the same time. Basically, you can go in, you can go and do some close combat. You can also set down mines everywhere. You're going to make the place dangerous. Then you've got Bionic Spider's Nest. So you make a spider's nest which will let out little spider drones. If an enemy's nearby, they will jump and attack. You've also got arachno mines, so you can put mines out and you can also conceal them under the cyber web. Cyber Bond, so you can shoot a web strand at a wall and you can pull yourself to it. If it will trigger a, if it's stretched too far, it will trigger a pullback. Okay. Yeah, again, like Spider-Man, you can wall crawl. You've also got Cyber Web Snare. So this fires a spider's web. This will incapacitate the enemies for a brief moment of time. But also you can zip over to wherever you've just put a web. Then we've got Starlord. Now Starlord is another one of the duelists. So you've got his elemental guns as his main attack, as you can imagine. The ult is Galactic Legend, engage in free flight and lock on to enemies in sight. So it just is basically an easier way to guarantee those kills. You get one shot on them and you lock on. Rocket propulsion, basically as it sounds, you just use your boots, you move forward quicker and you can fly a bit. Blaster barrage, basically he does a bit of breakdancing and shoots everybody. And then you got Stellar Shift, which is basically a dodge. So you can dodge very quickly and it also reloads as you do it. And then finally we come on to Namor. So Namor is the last one of our heroes we've got here. And Namor is also a duelist. His abilities, so he's got the Trident of Neptune, which is his normal attack. Then you've got the Horn of Proteus, which basically summons a huge whale, as you saw there, and takes out damage, takes out the opponents by dealing an aerial splash damage. Blessings of the Deep, you jump up, you make a little shield, disabling movements and skills in its duration. Aquatic Dominion, so you release little octopuses that will autonomously attack enemies. Then you've got Wrath of the Seven Seas, which will launch the Trident forwards, dealing nearby enemies damage, and direct all the Monstro spawns, so your octopuses, to fire that way. And it's an enhanced attack on the nearest hit enemy. And like we said before, Lunar Snow gives him power as well. That's a look at all the characters. Why not step into some gameplay? Now, I will warn you, I am not the best person to watch for gameplay, but I had fun. I had fun playing with a few different characters. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so now we're going to get into the gameplay. So, here we go. On the first match you're going to see, I am playing as the Punisher. Not playing very well. I put my hands up. But on this match, we are looking to, as you can see, rescue Spider-Zero from the fourth prison. We have to try and escort her to the end of the map. Punisher, I find, is really fun. He has got a lot of interesting abilities that deal a lot of damage. As you can see at the moment, that is his ultimate ability. He'll fire rockets and his Gatling guns at the people. It's fun to use, and I love the fact I can switch to a shotgun like you've just seen there, going into close quarters, doing a lot of damage. Yeah, he's good fun to play. I'm loving the game modes on this. I really love this Tokyo map. I think this map is amazing. It's probably my favourite between the two offerings that we got between this and the Asgard ones. I do really like this one. I also really like that turret. It's very good for to stay out the way and just give some support fire to your team members. As you can see there, I'm taking out the Loki duplicates. And then here's a bit more of gameplay from Loki now. So Loki, obviously as a support, I'm firing in there, hoping to do damage, but also if there's any of my teammates that are going to get in the way of the shot, they're going to get healed. So he's a good one to have just kind of about and just keep firing into the zone. I'm not like, yeah, again, I'm not a massive player of like things like Overwatch and stuff, so I'm not the best at the support, but I was doing my best. I did did well in those. Now, what you're seeing at the moment is Loki's ultimate ability. So Loki's ultimate ability does change into another character. So I changed into Starlord, and then I got to use his ultimate. So his ultimate's great because it locks on, so it's so easy to pick up those kills. And now you see me turning into the Hulk, yet again using his ability, going in there and dealing some big damage. Unfortunately, as I did it, kind of everyone was already killed in the area, so I think I only picked up 1 KO here. But it's all good fun. It's all good fun. We can't complain. Yeah, so as I said, like, I really like this Tokyo map. I think the whole like aesthetically is amazing, and it's just fun. It's just pure chaos, and I'm all here for it, to be honest with you. It's just everything's really well thought out and stuff, and I really like it. So now we go on to some Starlord gameplay. Starlord's one of my favourite characters on here. He's just so fun to use. He's pretty simple to use, but he can deal a lot of damage, and he's very quick and sort of nimble, so I can, you know, jump around the map and get out the way, or, you know, get places quickly, and I hope to deal some good damage. He's got some funky abilities. I like to call that his breakdancing. That's always fun to jump in and close quarters and just spam it, because you're almost guaranteed to pick up a KO. I was giving Magneto a bit of a shot here. Tanks are not my forte. I do like Magneto. I find as long as if he's paired up with Scarlet Witch, he's brilliant. But ideally, not my strong suit. But I do enjoy him either way, and obviously you can see his little ult a few times in this gameplay. Here we go, throwing a big meteor of metal. And then onto some Scarlet Witch. Now, Scarlet Witch is probably my favourite. She is just so powerful, so easy to pick up some kills. I think I had a match. I got I think it was 31 kills. Love it. Onto some Peni Parker gameplay. Now, Peni Parker at first, yeah, again, like I said, I couldn't really play tank. It took me a while to get used to her, but Peni Parker is so good. So in her ult that you can see now, it may just look like I'm running around like a madman, which kind of am.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
But I'm also laying spider mines everywhere. If I get close to him, I do a spider sweep as well, so I can do damage even after the ult is finished. Doctor Strange, I found him quite hard to use. I did struggle with him. He's got some brilliant abilities, like making teleportation rings, so that you can kind of just jump through the portal to where you need to go. Very good if you need to respawn, or need to get out of the area quickly, or get into an area quickly. Very good. But yeah, again, not my strongest suit, but it was good fun. Back to some Scarlet Witch. Obviously, again, I'm just going to go through, just pick up some kills, knock the Hulk out of his Hulk stage, put him back into Bruce Banner. You can just see the chaos in this map. Like, just this game is just pure chaos. This is her ultimate ability. Love it. You literally just disintegrate anyone that's in the way. Absolutely love it. I believe this is the match that ended up with 31 kills. It's just so easy. You just, you know, replenish your chaos, and then fire some, fire your other, I can't remember what it's called, but you fire some more chaos at them, get your ult, just go straight in again. Amazing. Love it. So throughout this I was playing on controller. I'm not too great with mouse and keyboard, so I thought, you know what, let's go with controller. And I thought I did struggle at first, and I thought maybe it actually was probably going to be easier mouse and keyboard, but the more I played it, I got so much better. Unfortunately, as I was getting to my prime of it, obviously the closed alpha has ended. I am quite looking forward to the beta. I can't wait for the game to be released, to be honest. And as it stands, I think this game, if it was released now, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. It needs a few more game modes. It needs a few more maps. But that's going to come in time. This is, like I say, this is the closed alpha. But my thoughts on the whole alpha as a whole, I loved it. I loved it. Everything about this alpha was just so fun. I can honestly say, as a Marvel fan and just as a game fan, I think this game is perfect. The art style's great. It looks like they've literally been plucked out of the comic books. And the game modes, I'm loving. I'm loving the maps. I'm loving the destructive environments. It's all just so much fun. Just everything's been well thought out. Like, the characters talk to each other and they have little conversations, and it's brilliant. Just hearing the interactions just made me smile so much. It's been one of my favourite things to hear, because it's just as a bit of a nerd, it brings something to me, and I love it. But despite all my original thoughts of this game just being too chaotic and I wouldn't be able to like deal with it, actually, it didn't take long to get used to, and part of the fun as well has been trying to understand all the characters. Like, you can see I'm playing as Iron Man at the moment. Iron Man I found very difficult to try and keep him flying and trying to aim at people. Very difficult. But thank God for splash damage, that's all I'll say. But even so, I found it so addicting, and it brought out the competitive energy inside of me, and I just really wanted to play this game all the time. Like I said, I seriously can't wait for this game to come out. I mean, it's slated for, I believe, a 2025 release. I don't know. Maybe it'll come sooner. Hopefully it'll come sooner, because I can't wait to play it again. It's so much fun. But finally, I'd just like to give the developers and everybody a huge thank you for letting me have access to this alpha. I can't wait to see what you guys are planning, and I'm looking forward to the beta. If you did like this video, guys, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content. There will be more coming. But thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.